Hello, viewers. A very good evening. Masquera say, and yeah, we are facing a network problem and a network challenge here in Zimbabwe. So there's no constant network here in Zimbabwe. I don't know what is happening, but I am happy that we have managed to come live tonight. And there's something very important we want to discuss about. We have noted that recently VP Chiwenga gave a statement or made a statement and said he is going to make sure that they deal with the people who are dealing in forex or who are doing foreign currency trading here in Zimbabwe. And we want to check whether what he said does carry constitutional backing, or does the law back what he said, or they are just going to use Guinea to make sure that such people are arrested, such people are put behind bars without following due process. So we really need to go onto the problems first. Let's check and see whether there is a working system in Zimbabwe to enable foreign currency trading, which is legit or which is number one, United States dollar and RTGS are recognized as legal tenders here in Zimbabwe. So you can actually see that I can buy, I can sell in United States dollars, and that is legal. You don't need to be an expert for you to understand this. It means you cannot be arrested for exchanging United States dollars and Zimbabwean dollars with another individual. I don't know how they want to apply the law. But if we are to sit down with the constitutional experts, you could understand that there's no basis for an arrest, because just exchanging, if you give me Eco Cash and I give you RTGS, I give you United States dollars, I don't see how someone is violating the law. So maybe we need to say government needs to come and sit down with people and explain the illegality of those transactions, because you cannot just say we are arresting people for the sake of arresting people without sitting down with the people and discuss and clearly outline the illegality of such an act. Because right now, United States dollar is a legal tender. RTGS is a legal tender. And let's go to the banks and their effectiveness. You can actually see that, for an example, our banks, they are not functioning. If you go to deposit money, it's United States dollars and you want to deposit money, you will queue for 4 hours. I experienced it personally. You queue for 4 hours for you to deposit money into your foreign currency account. So if I should queue for 4 hours, for me either to deposit or to liquidate my $100 bill, you can actually see that I will just calculate and say, should I wait for 4 hours for me to liquidate my $100 bill? Then I will say no, because time is very important. So I will not queue for 4 hours for me to liquidate a $10 bill or a $20, even a $1,000 bill. I will not queue for that. I will simply go outside and find someone who needs swipe, who does have Eco Cash, or who does have Zip It. And I will do the transaction, because it will take less than 5 minutes for you to complete that transaction. And if it takes time, maybe up to 10 minutes. So you can actually see that doing transactions in Zimbabwe on the black market is easier than transacting on the in the banks themselves. So you can actually see the reason why people prefer to go on the black market. And the people on the black market, they are offering a good rate or a better rate, which makes it possible for someone to actually go and do a transaction at black market instead of going into the bank, because the bank is offering like $86 RTGS per dollar, whereas outside you'll be offered $130, $140. So you can actually see the difference here. So instead of putting measures to deal with such issues, they've decided to put a restriction, use an auction rate price to buy and sell United States dollars in a market where we need to operationalize free market trade. That is what is working. You cannot continue to command everything, to put restrictions on each and everything. So on that note, I feel that there is a direct or just a matter of neglecting the proper understanding of the laws of Zimbabwe. So I don't know if the problem is with the RBZ, is the problem is with the banks on that issue. But I believe that the problem is on the policymakers, the problem is on the government itself, because they failed to make sure that they come up with policies which are so good. Thank you very much, Moyondizo Dewa, for joining us here. And that is your contribution. He's saying they robbed us when they changed the USD to bond notes, saying is same value. Total theft. So we have no trust in government banking sectors. I do agree here with Moyondizo Dewa on this issue. And if you can check that, let's go on to the ineffectiveness of banks, then we'll get to that point. If you check the staff in banks, they don't serve you with passion. They are very arrogant. And if you go, if you deposit right now, if you distress dollars, it takes time, or you have to beg for you to get your money. You have to explain for you to get the same money in the banking sector. I believe it is a problem of policy, because I have seen a lot of people. If you want to send money, let's say you want to send money in UK, you want to send money in US, you want to send money in China, using even what do you call it? Western Union. They will quiz you, they will ask you, why are you sending this money? What is the purpose of this money? But that is your money. That is your money, and they never helped you to get that money, but they are quizzing you like that. So you can actually see that they don't question the monies that come in through Western Union, but they want to question the monies that go out through Western Union. So you can actually see that you are not even allowed to support your loved ones. You are troubled when you want to support your loved ones out of Zimbabwe, which is a policy problem. RBZ is always on the neck of some banks, and that brings bad policies, that brings bad practice within the banks of Zimbabwe. So you can actually see that instead of Vice President Chiwenga focusing on making sure that there are laws or there are better policies which promote better transactions in Zimbabwe, good money circulation in Zimbabwe. They are focusing on making sure that they punish the people who are just doing what they need to do because of the situation which is in Zimbabwe right now. So instead of VP Chiwenga making sure that if I go into the bank, I can simply deposit my money within 30 minutes and go out. If you go to FBC, FBC is quite competent right now, because if you go into FBC within 30 minutes, you are done, you are gone. And I think that's the only bank which is functioning quite well right now. But go to CBZ, go to POSB, go to CABS, you will spend much time without even being saved. So CABS is quite better than POSB and CBZ, especially in this pandemic period. You could see that you will stay forever, and you may be told that it's out of vara, come back tomorrow, and you want to do transactions, you want to buy something, or maybe you want to buy electricity online, which means you will be forced to go on the black market. You will be forced to conduct and say, guys, can you please liquidate this bill for me? I need to buy electricity, and you get help. So you can actually see that these are the problems people are really facing, and these problems are not solved by arresting people. These problems are solved by confronting the actual problems as they are, finding solutions. How do we end these anomalies? But the problem is that the people in government, they enjoy chidara. If they go into a bank, they go directly to the manager and they are saved fast. You see, that is their mentality, that is their behavior, that is how they operate. So you can actually see that they don't have time to formulate good policies, because they can be saved on preference. They are preferred more than others. They use their power, they use their influence to do transactions. If they want to do withdrawals, they just go straight to the manager. I want to withdraw so much, and manager tutanga kutomanya. If they were joining us in the queues, you could actually see that they would see what we see each and every day. They could experience what we experience each and every day. So that is the problems we have in Zimbabwe. Those are the problems we have in Zimbabwe. And the government continues to deal with things which are not affecting the economy of Zimbabwe. The black market changers, money changers, are not the problem in Zimbabwe. The government itself is the problem, because they don't know what is happening on the ground. They lack the know-how of what is happening on the ground. So my belief is that the CIO need to work more on gathering intelligence to do with the economy of Zimbabwe, not intelligence of politicians, of who is saying what, who is doing what. They need to focus more on gathering intelligence on the economy itself, so that they advise their bosses correctly in terms of the economy, instead of following us, instead of being on our neck each and every time, listening to our calls. They need to focus on the economic aspect of the country. That will help Zimbabwe so much. Information which is crucial, information which is straightforward and which is accurate. So as I mentioned earlier, are not the problem, because number one, you're using rents. So there is no law barring them to do what they want to do, because these are citizens just exchanging money. If you go around the world anyway, people exchange money for their own reasons. So you cannot tell people who are exchanging money. So if you go to South Africa, I want to give you an example of South Africa or Botswana. If you go to South Africa, US dollar does not buy in South Africa. It is not a legal tender. Which means if you are caught using United States dollars, you get arrested. You need to go to the bank and change your money. Make sure that you get rents. so that you can do transactions. So, but here in Zimbabwe, you can transact with any currency, which is Zimbabwe. You can use them the way you want, so long you are not dealing in drugs, so long you are not doing other illegal things. It's possible for you to do what you want with your money. It's your money. So I don't want to waste much time here, but I want to go on to other which are leading to the problems we are facing now. If you go into OK supermarket right now, cooking oil is $500 and something. If you go into TM supermarket, if you go into Enrichers, if you go into any supermarket right now, they are selling cooking oil, sugar at very exorbitant prices. And these companies are always listed on the auction, RBZ auction market. So you can just actually calculate and see that they are selling at more than $5 because the rate is around $86 right now. And if you are selling cooking oil with $589, if you do the math, you can, according to OK is selling cooking oil at almost $6, and that is a fact. So how much are they getting as profit? And can RBZ explain what is happening on the auction market? Which companies are getting what? Are they getting what they want, or what they are demanding, or they are getting just a quarter? They need to explain that. If they are getting what they demand, why is it that nothing is happening to such shops, but nothing is happening? So you can actually see that the vice president is gone to threaten people without engaging a member of parliament, a whole member of parliament. He has raised this issue directly in parliament. And the vice president Chiwenga was supposed to come to and answer questions and say, these are the problems, we are dealing with these issues in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And explain such issues. Reason being, Zimbabwe, $6 cooking oil Zimbabwe. And sugar food, same $4 sugar. So what is happening in Zimbabwe? It means someone is benefiting, someone is stealing from the people of Zimbabwe. Itself is involved in shenanigans. But why is it that the same money civil servants is being eroded in the shops? That is the question. Because a civil servant is going and buying cooking oil at $589 as of today. At $6 United States dollars, if you convert it to USD. Supermarkets are using black market exchange rate, which means they are getting their foreign currency on the black market. That's where they're getting their money. So if the government cannot provide the foreign currency, if the banks cannot provide the required foreign currency, you need to deal with the problems. And what are the problems, Mr. VP? Here are the problems I want to highlight to you. If I pick a piece of gold right now, today, on my way to work, or I have gone to the mountain to fetch firewood, I will get more than picking a piece of gold, for being found in possession of a piece of gold. What does that mean? It means we will have a few people who are legal of gold, which means a lot of people, if I get my gold today, to give session on that, if you go to Fidelity, if I get a piece of gold, let's say, and Fidelity, I cannot sell it. I have to have it for me to sell gold. That ends up in the hands of wrong people. It will end willing to bribe the police, who do that have me their way out, or who are politically powerful and politically protected, which means all the revenue which is supposed to go to RBZ through Fidelity will not go there. Of general people, or general dealers, general thieves, conmen, they will be the people in possession of that money. So which is guys also, they cannot be asked which is the wrong. But if you're using the account, where do you work? Do you have a business? What? They will begin to question you. So they don't want to see my bank accounts footer. Once to ask us, Marie of income. Can you explain? Give an explanation. Where are you getting this money? Which means those people who are trading cannot go Tanga here is saying the network is bad. What is happening? I don't know if it's bad on my side. Can you hear me? Can you confirm that you are hearing me? Please can you confirm, or anyone else, can you confirm if you are hearing me? If you can hear me over here. If I cannot deposit my money because I hear victims follow me, they would question me. It means the beginning is back. And who is in charge of policies? It is government. The government itself is in charge of policies here. So you can actually see that by making those laws So I'm sorry, my network is so bad, and I'm trying to find a solution here. And here, Mr. Robert Mtango is saying the network is bad. And what is happening? Moyondizo, can you hear me right now? What is happening right now? What about now? What is happening right now? As we are speaking right now, can you hear me? Is it continuing to break, or I don't know? The network in Zimbabwe is another problem. You can actually see that it is another thing. You go to a bank in Zimbabwe, and you are told that the system is down. There is no network. So I have tried to change my network. I've tried to change my network. Thank you, Mr. Matthew, for confirming that you can now hear me. And I'm hoping that the network I have changed to will assist me, will help me. Mr. Dewa also confirmed. So I was saying, let me go through this again. I was saying in Zimbabwe, if you have gold, if you are in possession of gold, you get arrested and you spend more than 2 years in jail. Which means thieves are going to be the only people who will have access to gold, who have access to money. And if you have money right now and you don't own a company which is legit, or if you are not employed, and you can't prove your earnings, you can actually see that you end up putting your money under the pillow, because you cannot answer the authorities if they ask you wakawana kupi mari. But the question is, amuna mari yenyu ya mashaya, amuna gold renyura mashaya. Why are you questioning me? You have not even lost anything in your coffers, but you are asking me where I got my money. I'm not a thief. I have not robbed anyone. I just deposited my money in the bank. Maybe I just picked a piece of gold and I decided to sell it. I must enjoy my money because this is a natural resource. But they will tell you that all minerals are owned by the president, blah, 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 blah. Which is also a failure to understand how the system should work here in Zimbabwe. So you can actually see that the problem is not with the money changers. The problem is with the system. Because if today they say, awana goride rake nganotengesa ku Fidelity, if they actually declare that anyone can actually sell at Fidelity today, in a week, you are going to see an improvement in terms of gold deliveries. If they declare that any person can just deposit his money into the bank and no one will ask you where you got that money. No one will ask you where you got that money. You will begin to see bank accounts improving. If the RBZ declares that if you deposit your money, it will gain interest. They have announced that a few months ago, but we have not seen the benefit. We have not seen the practical part of it. So you can actually see that if they declare that your money is going to earn interest, people are going to deposit their monies because they want their money to be safe. There are people with monies, but they want their money to be safe. They don't want to be asked the way they got their money. They want to sell their gold, their diamond freely in Zimbabwe. So that is the problem of our government, not the problem of forex dealers. Because the same Makorokoza will go and sell gold travel and will go and change their money at the black market so that they get the RTGS when they want RTGS. The same Makorokoza will go and buy cars, will go and buy clothes, will go and buy everything we get on unregistered markets. And those people, same people, will then go and change their money for them to access other services they want in RTGS. So you can actually see that the monies are circulating in the informal sector of Zimbabwe. And the government has failed to harness the informal sector of Zimbabwe to make sure that it works together with the formal sector. So you just need to incorporate the informal sector and the formal sector, because the informal sector in Zimbabwe is so big. It is bigger even than the formal sector in Zimbabwe. Billions of dollars circulate within the informal sector of Zimbabwe. Billions. Because we have people dealing in different, doing different deals, doing different businesses, which are not registered. We have them in the informal sector. Whereas in the formal sector, vanhu vari kutengeserana with RDGS, which is not working. So you just need to join the two, intertwine the two, make the informal sector and the formal sector work together. We always call the government to say, can you make it easy to register companies in Zimbabwe so that everyone will operate within the laws of Zimbabwe? But they don't want. If you want to register a company, if you are in Ontario, you have to travel to Harare. If you are in Bedbridge, you have to travel to Harare. Everything is being done in Harare. And what kind of government does that? And a whole VP goes on to attack people, to threaten people, to say, we are going to take action against you. Yet you can't do simple things. You can't liberalize the registration of companies. That is simple. That is simple. It doesn't need anything else. You just need to implement. Make sure that you decentralize the issue of company registration. You make sure that people can have access or to register their companies online, so as to make sure that people who are in South Africa, people who are in America, people who are wherever you are in Zimbabwe, you can actually register a company here in Zimbabwe. That is why we have the Registrar General in Zimbabwe. The Registrar General should make sure that he works with the deeds office, with the company registry office, to authenticate the details of the person. Because if I say I am Chakadaru and I'm in America, I just put my passport number, I just put my ID number, you authenticate my details with the registrar. Is that not possible? Is that so hard? It's not. But the government is not willing to implement all those things. I don't know their fears. But the truth is that they are working with outdated people. They have outdated madalas leading ministries as permanent secretaries, as ministers, as bosses. We have madalas leading wherever you go in government. And the vapana vacho with brains vari occupy the very lowest positions here in Zimbabwe. So you can actually see that we have also been affected by nepotism, where vanhu vanopinzana mabasa pachizivano, and the people who end up at the top are not the best people to occupy such positions. Because if you want to make sure that you transform things in Zimbabwe, you need to ask people with ideas. You need to ask people who think, how are you going to implement this? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 we want to achieve. How are you going to implement this? And the person will articulate how he is going to implement that. And you hire the best person. But they are not doing that. They hire their friends, they hire their foes, they hire their relatives, they hire their children. Pakavurwa kamwe kabhengi kaikai, Robert Mugabe hired mwana wake. You can actually see the problem. Robert Mugabe hired Simba kuti aende ku Air Zimbabwe. You can actually see the problem. So all these issues, they are very important in Zimbabwe. But the problem is that the government is quick to crush us, is quick to beat us, is quick to make sure that we are on the run each and every time. You can be arrested for saying what I'm saying here. I've never insulted anybody. I'm just speaking my mind according to I'm given power by the Constitution. The Constitution says the people who are in government, we send them to government, which means I am their boss. We are their bosses. But if we say what we are saying, they will arrest us, they will beat us, they will come after us. And you just laugh. You just laugh. Are these people aware of what the Constitution says? Are they aware of Section 1.1? Section 1. What does the Section 1 say? Section 1 speaks about the unitary, the democratic, and the unitary, the democratic, and the sovereign part. And if you go on the democratic, it talks about the issue of electing individuals into power, electing representatives into power. So you can actually realize that we are the bosses, But if we say what we are saying, tinorowa, tinomanyiswa, you see. So I don't know. Can you please tell us your views here? If you have questions, feel free to write your question and I will answer you. Here, Moyondizo Dewa is saying the monetary policy is in shambles, no transparency. They must ask economists who can do it. They must remember how it in 2009 did it in 2009 to revive economy. They people to feel I think wanted to say to fill their bellies or to fill their pockets. And I agree with Dewa here. We just have a lack of policies in Zimbabwe, not what they are saying. The people on the black market, they're just people who are benefiting from the lack of policies in Zimbabwe. The shops, the businesses, the reason why they are not prosecuting the businesses, the reason why they are not arresting the businesses, the reason why they are not closing the businesses is because it's illegal to do what they are doing. If it is not legal, they should go tomorrow and shut down TM and all other supermarkets who are selling cooking oil at $589. That is a fact. They must go and shut those shops and say, we are taking these licenses, you have violated the laws of Zimbabwe. If that is legal. If they can't shut, why should they arrest our young boys? Why should they arrest our boys, our people? We are not in support of the rate being hiked each and every day. But the truth of the matter is that the person with the money does what he wants with his money. The people with money are people in the informal sector. So long they are not involving people in the informal sector into the market, into the economy of Zimbabwe, so long they are willingly not integrating the people in the informal sector, you will see that they will do what they want with their money because they are going to order in Zambia with their money. Banks in Zimbabwe are not giving loans. So right now, for me to start a business, I went on to banks here in Zimbabwe. I approached the Empower Bank. I approached so many banks in Zimbabwe. And Empower Bank, we have a business plan, we also so, and I was told to have collateral. I was told to have collateral, and I'm young. I've never worked before. I don't have collateral. I don't even own anything. So what will I come with as collateral? Nothing. So I had to hustle, get my $100, begin to sell sweets with $100. You order sweets, you sell, you order mazepe, you sell, you order this, you sell, you can order boots, you sell, you can order hembe, you sell. Marich each wonder. That's how I started. So you can actually see that at the end of the day, you have $500 set aside. You have $1,000 set aside, and that is my money. There's no government contribution on that. So I should do what I want with my money. The government cannot tell me what to do with my money. They have failed to put up policies which promote young people to go and get loans. Once we go and get loans, we will go register companies, get loans, and we will do legit business. And the government will benefit. We could have gone to Zambia, buy clothes in Zambia, come here in Zimbabwe, sell legitimately using the right channels, using a registered company, pay tax to the government of Zimbabwe, pay municipality bills, get licenses from municipality, pay, and both will benefit. And I will be using my bank accounts. I will register bank accounts knowing that I can go in the bank, withdraw my money, and go to order in Zambia, come back, do my business, bank my money. But because we cannot do that, we are just dealing. We are dealing because there are no policies to make sure that we are protected. The few people who are making it in life, they have backing. They are being helped by people who were successful before. They are being helped by politicians. I'm telling you the truth. Isisu tisina backing, tisina anything, we are still struggling. After 5 years of working, after 5 years of trying by all means to set up something, we are still struggling. Why? Because we don't have political backing. So you can actually see that the problems in Zimbabwe are not with the young people of Zimbabwe, are not with money changers. The problems are with the government of Zimbabwe. They are failing to implement policies. They are failing to come up with ideas, with solutions. So you can actually see that young Zimbabweans, they work very hard. They try by all means to make sure that they put food on the table. They make sure that they hustle. People will be telling you, vanomukana 3 vakomana, and they will call you, amana handeti no hasela, handeti no tsvagamari, handeti no hoda. Toenda tono hoda, 3 a.m. toenda tono hoda. Just imagine, 3 a.m. toenda tono hoda. But is the government complementing our efforts kumukana 3 a.m. kuno hoda? No. Is the government willing to hear us so that they can assist us with financing? No. So soon after the elections, President Mnangagwa went to America, went everywhere. He goes to UAE, he goes to wherever he flew to. He was on a mission of seeking investors here in Zimbabwe. But we were there with our ideas, with our written plans. But he never took time to sit down with us. We have asked the time without numbers to say, President Mnangagwa, can we sit down with you? We want to tell you the problems we are facing. He refused. He's nowhere to be found. Only a few people are cleared by the CIO to go and see the president, because people will say you need to apply to see the president. How do we apply when the CIO will just shun us and not give us an opportunity to see the president? We need to get clearance for us to see the president. Where do we get the clearance? I have to bribe for me to see the president, and I cannot bribe. Personally, I cannot bribe. So if you can't bribe, you will not see the president. That is the problem we have in Zimbabwe. President Mnangagwa should come out and sit down with the young people of Zimbabwe. VP Chiwenga should come out and sit down with the money changers, sit down with the young people of Zimbabwe. He should stop threatening young people of Zimbabwe. He should come out. Why do you fear us? If you really won the elections in 2018, why are you afraid? You just need to come and say, guys, let's sit down. Let's talk. What are the problems? Then we tell you the problems directly. But you must promise us that after we tell you the problems, you are going to act. But in Zimbabwe, we are not going to see action. Why? We have powerful politicians. We have powerful businesses. They want to remain in game without us. They want to remain on top of the game without us. So we have tried, we have decided to go informal, because they don't want us in the formal sector. Go on and check the rentals in Zimbabwe. For you to rent a shop, it's very expensive. Very expensive. So you can actually see that there is no will to support small businesses. You will spend the whole year paying rent and you go home with nothing. The whole year paying rent, and you go home with nothing. Nothing at all. So I want to tell you a funny thing which happened. You go to Harare and you say, I want a license, I want to open a shop, and they will tell you that we are not issuing licenses right now. Which means if you continue to open a shop, you will operate without a license. The police will come after you and ask your license. Once they don't get the license, they will arrest you. So young people end up bribing the police each and every time because the council does not want to issue licenses. So chichirinani pangoti council inongo issue ama licenses throughout. Panekuti, you allow police to do that. And someone will say, will come after us for just pointing that out. They are not even willing to listen to us. They are not even willing to engage young people. What they are willing to do is to arrest young people who are looking for money, who are hustling, and say, what you are doing is wrong. So, which law are they using? A bogus law, a law which does not exist. So, I need to go to the conclusion, but I have mentioned a lot of things here. And if you check, as I mentioned earlier, the US dollars are circulating in the informal sector. So the government needs to incorporate the informal sector and make sure that they harness the US dollars in that market. Government must make sure that if I deposit 50,000 United States dollars today in my bank account, don't ask me where I got that money. Philip Chiwenga once complained and said, if you steal money outside Zimbabwe and if you bring it into Zimbabwe, you will get arrested. The government of Zimbabwe, your government, will be on the forefront to shame you. But how many people are stealing our resources and going with them to their countries and nothing is happening? A lot. So you can actually see that that is the problem we have here in Zimbabwe. And the billionaires movement here, because I think fighting with symptoms is an old fashion of an outdated mindset. Black market is an exposure to failures. Black market can be silenced by proper use of economic principles, not intimidation. And I agree with you. Once you put proper principles on the ground, you just begin to see black market evaporating. It will go and you never see black market again. So the existence of black market is based, the blame is on the government itself. So as citizens of Zimbabwe, we need to hold the government accountable. The reason why we are coming live this hour is to make sure that we hold the government accountable. We talk to the government about these issues, and we make sure that they understand what they are doing. Here, hanzi na mkoma Robert Muntanga here, you can say the life in Zimbabwe is most painful to the majority depending on the salaries. Imagine earning in RTGS and buying in USD. Most businesses rejecting both swipe and EcoCash transactions. Yes, they end up rejecting these transactions because I want to give you an example. If I am operating a shop in Zimbabwe and I do my orders in Dubai, I do my orders in Zambia, I do my orders in South Africa, you can actually see that maybe I am not legally registered. You can actually see that I cannot access the auction market. And even if I am registered, if we go to the small and medium enterprises auction market, still we get our bids rejected. Because what they expect, sometimes we can't match what they expect. So you can actually see that I will be in possession of 1 million RTGS. And I go to the bank and say, I have 1 million RTGS. I want to go and order in South Africa. I want to go and order in Zambia. Can you give me United States dollars? They won't give me United States dollars, which is a problem. So where will I go? I will go to the black market. But because at the black market, people will tell you a bigger rate, a huge rate, because you are going to ask someone, can you please give me your money? I want to go and order, and I will give you this money which does not buy outside Zimbabwe. And the person will put a premium because there's a risk premium being put. The people who are selling their money at black market at higher rates, they are just putting a risk premium to say, if I lose, I don't need to lose everything. It's better for me to gain something. So they put a risk allowance on top. That is why you see the rate going up each and every time. So If the banks were providing forex here in Zimbabwe, if the banks were providing United States dollars, or if I can go and purchase kwachas with using our money, you can actually see that all the problems will be solved. But because our banks cannot supply us with forex, we end up going to the black market, and the black market will put premium because it's their money. Our government is bankrupt. RBZ is bankrupt. All sectors are bankrupt. Why? Instead of promoting banking in Zimbabwe, they are sending away bankers. So by rejecting bankers, it means you don't have deposits which you can use to lend out to people. But by promoting savings, by promoting banking, that will go a long way, because you are going to have much deposits, and you can lend money to people. You can actually do transactions to people properly in Zimbabwe. So unongoona kuti zvinhu zvacho ka hazvidi kuomera kufunga, but we have vanhu vari outdated in terms of their mindsets. They no longer think the way we think here right now. So that is the problem we have in Zimbabwe. So I think I just want to summarize the points here before I log off. So here the main point is that RTGS and United States dollars, they are legal tenders in Zimbabwe. So you cannot arrest anyone for exchanging the illegal tenders in Zimbabwe right now. The second point is that if I go to the bank, if I want to deposit my money, I will spend 4 hours in the bank, in the queue, standing. And sometimes I may fail to be served. If I go to the bank to liquidate my money, I will get a lower rate. Whereas the shops in Zimbabwe are selling at a higher rate. So you can actually see that if I go into a bank right now and liquidate my money at $86, I liquidate $100 at $86 per dollar, which means I will go to OK Supermarket and buy goods at 140. You see, you check the rate being used by OK, which means it does not work. It does not work. The businesses are using parallel rate market, parallel market rate, whereas the banks are using auction rate. It does not work like that. We need to have an integration between the systems. So that is a failure of RBZ and the government itself. And I blame Mr. Chiwenga, VP Chiwenga, for that. And he must make sure that he deal with the problem, not the symptoms. So you can actually see that if I deposit my money, I deposit $1,000, and I go back to the bank and say, can you please give me my 1,000 I gave you? They will refuse with it. That is a fact. I will go around. They will make sure that they make me suffer for demanding my money. And that is the problem. If I cannot withdraw my money, I will not bank my money. So they will tell you, Kuti, as long your money is, its origin is from Zimbabwe, we will not release that money. So I will not go and bank my money because I cannot travel to South Africa for me to deposit money into my Zimbabwean bank account. I cannot do that. And that is a problem. Another point is that if you have gold in Zimbabwe, you get arrested and get more than 2 years in jail for just being in possession of gold and you are caught. So that is another problem. That is making the government of Zimbabwe lose a lot of money. That is making Fidelity lose a lot of money. They need to open up Fidelity and make sure that everyone in possession of gold can sell at Fidelity. And you just see what will begin to happen to the economy. By just doing that, you just see the response of the economy. The economy will begin to respond. By simply allowing anyone to sell at Fidelity at a competitive rate, you will begin to see changes coming in the economy of Zimbabwe. Then another point is that if I deposit my money, let's say I just picked gold, or I just picked whatever I picked, or I've been selling my bear, or I've been selling whatever I was selling, and I decided to deposit my money, and I deposit 25,000, 50,000. The FIU, Financial Intelligence Unit at RBZ, will begin to monitor me, will begin to investigate me, and begin to ask me questions. Where are you getting this money? Which means whenever I get my money, I will put it under the pillow to avoid being questioned or to avoid losing my money. If I fail to answer, automatically the state will forfeit my money. So it's better to risk your money being taken by robbers than to risk it being taken by the state, which you eventually know that if you deposit your money and you can't prove where you got that money, it will be taken. So that is another problem. That is deterring people from banking their money. So another point is that when I deposit my money, at the end of the year, if I deposit 1,000, panopera gore, at the end of the year, I need to go and get $1,200 in my bank account. I need to see the interest. It's sort of investing. So if I deposit my money and I don't touch it, the bank will take my money, it will lend it to other people. After lending that money to other people, they will get interest on that. And they will not pay me, the owner of the money, they will not pay me for giving them my money so that they can lend. So by doing so, you can actually see that we are not going to bank our money. There was a point here in Zimbabwe, my uncle deposited his money into a bank. He deposited around 10,000 US dollars. And when he went back to the bank, the charges were very high. So after depositing 10,000, he went out with around 8,000 from the bank. So you can actually see that people won't go and deposit their money because of that. RBZ recently announced that banks should put interest, but we have not seen that being applied by banks as of now. So the government of Zimbabwe need to work on that and make sure that they deal with the problems, and make sure that they correct the anomaly there. So you can actually see that the other point I want to make is that company registration in Zimbabwe, it must be easy. It must be done online. I must be able to do whatever I want. I must get ZIMRA, whatever I want, compliance documents, I must apply them online. I must not use agents. Here in Zimbabwe, businesses are using agents. So for a service, I must pay $30. I'm ending up paying $150 because I need to go through an agent for me to get that service as quick, as soon as possible. But the vice president, a whole vice president, is ignorant of all that and is just targeting a few people, a few individuals who are using their money to trade here in Zimbabwe. So you can actually see that we have a leadership problem, we have a leadership crisis in Zimbabwe. So if you check the summary points I gave, you can actually see the problem is not on the people of Zimbabwe, the problem is on the government. And by VP Chiwenga announcing that he is going to deal with the forex traders according to him, but I believe that they are just money changers who are in business, who are giving us the money we need because we don't have US dollars and the landlords are demanding US dollars. And there are other people with United States dollars and who are willing to give us their US dollars at a premium, you see. So I don't believe there are forex traders here, because United States dollar is legal tender here in Zimbabwe. So it's not forex, it is a legal tender here in Zimbabwe. So in conclusion, we can conclusively say the vice president is misdirected. The vice president is misleading himself. So you need to go and revisit the laws of Zimbabwe. You need to go and understand the basic laws of Zimbabwe and appreciate the basic laws of Zimbabwe. Yes, they can arrest people and put them behind bars by force, by just giving a directive, a forceful directive to say, vana vangavaende kujere by ginde. They can do that. But legally, according to the constitution and the laws of Zimbabwe, they cannot do that. If they want to do that, they need to go to OK first, go to Enrichers, go to TM, go to all other shops which are using black market rate, arrest them, close their shops, take their licenses. Then we'll begin to say the government is now serious about what they are saying. So basically, the government is misleading itself. So I just want to read the last comments before I log off. Here, Moyondizo the Wise saying, let me, Anzi, okay, Anzi, they don't follow the constitution. They abandoned it in 2017 when they disposed RG Mugabe. They are now just wake up and amend constitution to suit their needs. The constitution is now enemy of the poor. And that's true. They are just dealing with us willy-nilly. They are just doing what they want with us here. So if you put money in the bank, rumwa text, fuma mangwana kusina in the bank. So I agree with Dewa. He is facing the same problems we are facing. Ukasamaria kwa bank, automatically unoza uti wapa dambudziko wapa njadajada, because the bank charges zaunotanga kuchargwa ipapapo uchangoona wega kuti it doesn't promote banking. The last point I would want to make is that ukachinja mari yako right now from US dollars to Zimbabwean dollars using the exchange rate in bank, you get $86 per dollar, $1 US. If you go OK and swipe, you will be charged $200 for a single transaction. So you will buy something for 40 bond and you will be charged Maria Kapura 40 bond. And that is surprising. So you actually see that people will prefer to go on the black market, change money in their EcoCash wallets. EcoCash one wallet, their charges are still low. Their charges are still reasonable. So you could see people are preferring to, even if Zipit is done, they will transfer their money to EcoCash. And they will do their small transactions better using EcoCash. So you can actually see that, give a conclusion that the problems in Zimbabwe are being caused by the government of Zimbabwe, by lack of policies, lack of ideas in the government of Zimbabwe or within the government of Zimbabwe. So I think we have gone beyond our limit here. We were not supposed to go past 1 hour, but we have passed 1 hour. The reason is because at first we were constantly breaking. So people couldn't hear us properly here. But I want to thank you viewers for raising that issue, and we managed to correct the network problem we are facing here. So in Zimbabwe, you could promise to go live, but I think you have seen what the network was doing, that you promised to go live at 9 p.m. and the network in Zimbabwe will refuse you, will reject you, will tell you not to go live. So you can actually see that that is the problem we have here in Zimbabwe, and it is affecting business because we cannot do business in time. But the problem is that we have outdated infrastructure in Zimbabwe. We now need to complement the outdated infrastructure with 4G, 5G, which is being rolled out. So we are quite behind. The softwares we are using, the gadgets we are using, they now need higher speeds, 5G, 4G, 5G. But you can actually see that your phone will be displaying 3G, 2G. That is a problem. That is a technical problem on the network issue. Instead of giving you 4G, they are giving you 2G, 3G. So you can't do anything with that kind of network. And it constantly goes down. It is not so good and so strong. So thank you very much for supporting us here. And please, if you are new to this channel or if you haven't subscribed, and subscribe, hit the red button. Make sure that you get subscribed here so that you don't miss out each and every time we go live or we post an update. So as I promised, 9 p.m. sharp. 9 p.m. ichingokwana. 9 p.m. ichingokwana. Huyai. We were given a platform here. We were given this platform kuti tikwanise kunge tichita malive edu. So we want to thank the owners of Mukundi Africa TV for giving us this platform. A young person just offered to say, I agree with your ideas. I agree with the strategy you want to use. And here is the platform. You can go live for as long as you want. So we were given access to this platform so that we can go live. So we are using that opportunity to go live here. So we want to thank Mukundi Africa TV team for allowing us to be here, for giving us an opportunity to be to talk to you. And that is commendable. If you see a young person who is just saying, "Enda unoshanda for free, you are not paying anything," that is wonderful. We want to thank them for that. And basically, tomorrow is Sunday, and we will try to come either at 4 p.m. or at 9 p.m. We will try to come. So I just want to thank everybody. I want to thank the people who contributed here. Thank you very much for giving your contributions. They are very, very, very important to us. As citizens, let's give our contributions. I want to tell you the truth. I don't know everything, but when you come here and tell us your views, it gives us an insight of what you are thinking, what other people are thinking. Then we learn from you. So if you want to be part of this platform when we are doing a live, we will always put a link. So if you want to be part of any discussion, you just need to follow the link on the description. Then you'll get here. You'll come here and you give your views. So if you want to join our WhatsApp group, just check the number. There's a number there scrolling on the scrolling bar. There is a number. Just say Mukundi and we will give you the link to join the group. And you will come rightly to the constitutional study group. And we need you, vanvese about constitutional study, ngatitaure about the constitution of Zimbabwe. Find the questions dzamuroda kubvunza. We go and find answers in the constitution of Zimbabwe. The constitution is here. The handbook is here. The law, the supreme law of Zimbabwe is here. Make sure that you have this copy. So to the people who are in the group, I shared the electoral law with you. And tomorrow I'm going to share with you a soft copy of the constitution of Zimbabwe so that you get to appreciate the constitution of Zimbabwe. And I will be sharing with you various acts which are governing the ministries here in Zimbabwe so that you get to appreciate and you get to know how things are being done and get to know whether the laws are aligned to the constitution or not. Anyway, kutamba akubvaruki tikauya panapa tinenge tichitonzwa kuda kuti tirare tiri panapa tichingokurukura tichingotaura maringe nezvinhu zvemuZimbabwe because nguva yaenda tinoda tigadzire nyika yedu. My last word is that go and register to vote. Make sure that you are a registered voter. And You just need your ID. You just need to be a citizen of Zimbabwe. You just need to be 18 years and above. And you go there with your proof of residence, which is letter from the landlord, tsamba yemagetsi, tsamba yemvura, ma title deeds or lease agreement, tsamba ya councillor, tsamba ya sabhuku. Affidavit, if you don't have all those, you just write an affidavit. You go pana commissioner of oath or no commissioner, your affidavit. Kuti ini ndinogara kumwendamberi village ndokwanogara. You can write in any language or commissioner that affidavit. After commissioning, you go straight to ZEC. Register kuvota. So very soon ZEC will be rolling out my mobile registration activities or centers. Be prepared for those activities. Make sure that you have your ID with you so that you can register to be a voter. That way, we will bring democracy in 2023. Registering to vote alone does not help. Voting actually helps on the polling day. Reason being, if you don't vote, you are deliberately voting for ZANU-PF. You are indirectly voting for ZANU-PF. But if you vote, you are going to exercise your right and you are going to vote for the rightful person you want. But before you vote, go and listen. How is this person going to make sure that he brings change to Zimbabwe? You need to ask the people, the candidates, all those questions so that you know the rightful candidates to vote for. So I want to thank you for your support. Kindly share to as many people as possible. Share the link kuma groups, share the link kuma Facebook, everywhere, so that even we are Papa constitutional study at 9 p.m. So tomorrow we are going to continue with the constitutional study, and we are going to begin from chapter. We want to begin from chapter 4 of the Constitution of Zimbabwe. Sorry, not chapter. It's chapter 1, section 4 of the Constitution of Zimbabwe. That's where we will begin tomorrow. And I am hoping that I am going to get a perfect network connection so that we can go on with this discussion. So till we meet again in other discussions, thank you very much.